Welcome back, you guys. Stella's Knife Obsession. So I'm gonna try to crank out a bunch of videos because my freaking my phone is actually working. So sweet. But here is the un momento. All right. Yes, this is the Cybernetic. Really cool knife. Really large knife. It was much larger than I thought it was gonna be actually. And a top flipper, mohawk flipper. I guess you would say top flipper, because this is a very top flipper. Very, very top flipper. Not for the faint of heart. If you are not an experienced top flipper, front flipper, don't get this knife. You're not gonna like it. And if you're not fond of front flippers, you're not going to like this knife at all. So if you like front flippers, this one is a little different. The jimping is adequate, but a little bit chewy. And they probably could have just gone all the way down if they wanted to. I mean, you could use it. You know, you kind of need the grip a little. Because the flipper is so flat and just so close to the body, it's really hard to get the momentum you need to pull the weight of the blade out of the frame, because you need all the grip you can get right there. They could have just really, why did they just go the rest of the way? That's weird. But, other than that, I mean, the flipper on this thing is all messed up, but such a great idea. It really is. It's a great idea. I loved the execution. Well, I can't say I loved the execution, but I love the idea of this top flipper. I think that a couple of tweaks, this knife needs to be tweaked in a couple ways to make it a fully successful front flipper. It is a great knife, though. If you're looking for a beefy, expensive-ass knife with a good amount of length, because this is a larger knife. Here's the momentum. And another type of front flipper, just to compare it. Wow. And the momentum is not a small knife. That's a full-size knife. So, this is... probably, I'm thinking close to 10 inches. I think I have a little, yeah, I do actually. I have a little something to measure it. Let's see. Just go from there to there, and it is about 9 inches almost. Let's see. Yeah, wow, I thought it would be close to 10, honestly. I feel like this ruler is inaccurate. I'm just kidding. So this is just shy of 9 inches. And this is just 8 inches. Like, it's just barely 8 inches or right at 8 inches. So this is a full-size knife, just to show you. And, I was just talking about larger knives. And I'll be talking about another larger knife, too. But yeah, there's a good comparison. If you guys are familiar with the momentum, this is a great comparison actually. And as a front flipper, a functional front flipper, this is a great worker's knife. This is a good looking, fully functioning for any user, any type of user. That's left, right, front, and center. Anybody can use this mofo. And so if you don't like the front flipper, you can use the thumb studs, and they work just as well. The detent was programmed for these deployment methods on this knife. But that's not what we're reviewing. So this guy right here is just, it's a really cool looking knife. I don't know. I was talking about on my live last week, I think it was. This texture on the blade, I would assume, is going to create some drag. I'm not going to really test it out. Ooh. Wow. But I would assume that it has to create drag. It just, I mean, that's why they don't texturize blades more often, is because it creates drag. If it's not smooth in some way, you know, if it's not smooth ground down, it's going to create drag. If you have holes, even these little flat spots, the flats on the blade right here and right here, it's almost like a separate grind they're going for right here. But just to give it more dimension and texture. It's actually just more of an artifact. This knife belongs in a museum, not a pocket. It's beautiful. But that's yeah, man, it's pretty. But that's, man, number 6 of 205. Really cool knife, though. Yeah, if you're a collector, this is a beautiful piece for your collection. It's gorgeous. I would gladly collect this piece. I love the way they did the separated floating backspacer. I love it. I love it so much, man. They did such a good job on the details. I mean, the 3D milled pocket clip is, look at it. It's got dimension on top of dimension. It's just gorgeous. Love that they put the Wii logo. I love the Wii logo. I think it's a great logo. So why not show it off a little bit right there, you know? That way they're keeping the sterility of the blade, you know, not ruining the texture they have going here, you know, because what this really is it's a piece of art, and I could see collecting it for that reason. Honestly, it's quite beautiful. Really cool knife, though. It is usable. Not the most, it doesn't cater to every user, I will say that. I do love the way they incorporated the lanyard option. That is freaking cool. That's awesome. They did a really good job on the fit and finish. You can see there's absolute precision. I mean, that looks dead center. I mean, the lines of this knife, they're gorgeous. They're perfect. They did a really good job on the execution. It's a nice looking knife. But I think they need to slightly rethink this. Maybe cut this back a little bit more to give it a little more. You need a little more torque. You need some strength behind that, because it's so flat and close to the body. It's hard to it's hard to raise that much blade up with that little bit of tab, you know. So sorry. So it's just, man, this is just not a very good angle. So yeah, it's just, yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of this knife, and what do you think of WE Knives as a production company? As a high-end production company, what is your opinion on WE Knives? I know we just looked at one, and maybe you aren't familiar with a lot, but if you are familiar, comment below. Let me know. What do you think of WE Knives? In my opinion, WE Knives are the best in production, next to Riot. That's my opinion. Comment below, let me know what you think, and I'll see you soon.